Welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be starting a brand new project from OcCre, and it's the San Francisco cable car. I've had this kit for a long time, probably close to 7 or 8 years, just never built it. It is available on OcCre.com, and since I bought this kit, you can see here, they have come out with their own paint line. The paints I got off Amazon. On OcCre's website, they are $99 plus shipping. Amazon, I got them on Prime for $69, and shipping included. So I'm going to pause real quick. We're going to get the bottles out of the paint bottles out of the package. Open up the kit. I've also got underneath here the Tram base kit. It's specifically designed so that you can build an OcCre Tram and put it on a base. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Let me get everything opened up and we'll go over the parts, because that's all I'm going to do in this first video. Okay, I figured I'd start with the instructions, and it comes with 2 sets of instructions. Let me go ahead and, well, we'll show this first and then we'll go on with the instructions. They're not stickers, they are paper, and there's a couple of patterns here, but these are your patterns to put the details on to the Tram. Very well done. Not too happy they were curved. There was enough room in the box that they should have been able to lay flat. Won't be a big deal. The way I'll put these on is, way I always put these on is I use a glue stick on the back, put it against the wood, get it in place, let it dry. It usually well, I've done 3 of these Trams so far. It's come out perfect every time. I have had this sitting under things to kind of flatten out, kind of just like that. Flatten it out a little bit. It will be fine. Then it comes with the Spanish instructions. The Spanish instructions have the same pictures. Let's see something. I wonder. Oh, that's what it is. There's extra in the Spanish instructions. Or actually, it's not extra. There's just a blank page in the Spanish instructions. That's why it feels a little bit thicker, but it is still 50 steps. And on the back, you've got the parts. Let me just double check here real quick. 50 steps. And there is no blank page in the middle. And Spanish, obviously, because if you didn't know, OcCre is from Spain. I did look I did look to see if the videos are still there, and they're not there. They're probably on YouTube now instead of their website. It says to look up the assembly videos at OcCre.com. First thing it always tells you, and we'll go over the instructions real quick. First thing it always tells you is to number your parts, because once you take them out, there's no way to really tell what they are. I always do it light pencil. You're going to be painting them anyway. And then, so you won't, the numbers will disappear under the paint. Then you start cutting out your parts. You cut out, and it's got instructions. I usually just look at the pictures, to be honest. But it tells you to cut out these parts, tells you which parts they are, glue them, then you paint them. They have you assemble the brake assembly, then the benches, which is part of the charm of the San Francisco Tram, or cable car, sorry. And so is this, because it's got all 3 of the brakes. It's got your levers. It's got your brake, it's got your emergency brake, and it's also got the handle that you pull. The driver has to pull on and hold to engage the cable, which is underneath the street. If you don't know how the cable cars in San Francisco work, look it up. It's really impressive. It's a miles long cable. The running under the streets of San Francisco, there's a clamping mechanism underneath the cable car. The driver pulls on the clamping mechanism, it clamps onto the cable, and that's what pulls the car. The car is completely unpowered. So any lights that are on the car are either battery or there may be a small generator inside the car. I am not positive. But you start the assembly of the benches, the inside, or not the inside, but the main part of the main floor of the car. Then you start to build the cabin. There is a small cabin on every cable car that is in case of inclement weather. It's San Francisco, very moderate weather. It usually doesn't rain, or it does not rain. It does rain there. It doesn't snow there. It doesn't get that cold. It's a marine climate. It's very moderate. It's got the plastic, and I like the fact that they've got enough plastic in this kit that you can lay all the windows on it. That's what it looks like here, at least. You can lay all the windows on it. You cut them out after you glue them onto the plastic. Very careful with what you use to glue them. You don't want to damage the acrylic. And then if you cut them slightly large, that's fine, because you put them in from the back. Works out much better than I've seen it. I've done it. I've cut the plastic to fit inside the frames. It's a mess. Well, it's not really a mess. It's really hard, and then you have to fight to keep from knocking the plastic out. So cutting the windows a little bit large is great. You put I guess they're these bars are here to protect the windows. Then you do the front of the tram. You do the roof. There are some, I remember seeing them in here. You do the roof, you're gonna sand it down. There are some lights. There we go. You're gonna sand it down smooth, then you're gonna paint it. You're gonna cut out these braces in the middle, and then there are some light fixtures that you'll put at the top of the car. I light everything. I will find a way to run wires up here and put LEDs in place of those. I've got some little fixtures that will work just fine. I use them on the Lisbon tram. Then we'll put the roof on the car. Didn't notice that before. Usually these are wood. I think those are actually metal pieces, which is really nice. The corner pieces here. I've done them in wood. And they're sometimes a little bit of a pain in the behind to get in place. You can see there is one of the lights. You got the pull cable to let the driver know that you want to stop. Then you got the undercarriage. The undercarriage on most of the trams is identical. You just, you build it. It's got some metal parts to it. You put it in place. This pin here is actually to keep it from going too far left or right. And you can see it rotates left and right. You got some mesh material, just a lot of little details underneath this tram. Underneath the cable car. I'm used to trams. Takes a bit to get the car completely built. And these, I might see what I can do, because when I built my first car, when I built the first tram, I didn't light it. When I built the Lisbon tram, LED technology was not where it is now. These I might be able to do something with. And let me hold this up a little bit closer. I might be able to actually put lights inside of those. But then the back page, oops, I think I might have flipped too soon. I did. Oh, no, I didn't. That was step 50. This is actually pretty thick and heavy duty paper. It is quality. But looking forward to this, I watched a video the other day. Somebody built the base, and I was like, that is so cool. I've always wanted to build the San Francisco cable car. It's been one of my favorite OcCre kits for a long time. I just have never decided to actually build it. So I'm going to pause again here, and then I'm going to bring over the base first, then I'm going to bring over the car parts, and we'll take a look at everything that is going to be included in this build. Okay, here is the basic Tram base kit. They have a kit for this for the trams. They have one as well for the locomotives. I bought several of them when they were still $25. Now they're up to $50. So kudos on me. I feel really smart. So let's go ahead and get this open, and I'll show you what is in the base. Matter of fact, probably be better if I move this out of the way, and we'll bring over the parts. So inside here, it's kind of funny. The video I watched said you got 2 bags of this. I've only got 1, and I'm going to probably be emailing OcCre because they're really, really good about it. Actually, oh, that is pretty cool, because I was thinking they were broken, but they're not. The video I watched, he had these tiles, had 2 bags of tiles, but they were all the larger size here, where you had to cut the tiles. But I'm seeing in here, like right there, is a smaller tile. It looks like it is square, which means it's going to be a lot easier. I may not have to cut near as many tiles. Let's see what is in here. I think actually I've already pulled this out. Yeah, bubble wrap for, I did. Bubble wrap for the train rails. And these are just U-shaped rails. They will run the entire length. Just looking. This one has a rounded corner. I'm not sure if that's on purpose, but they'll run the entire length of the board. And that's what the tram, cable car, whatever you want to call it, will sit on. We've got these 3 pieces of angled wood. And what this is going to be is this is going to form the base around the actual base. It's going to be the surround that holds everything together on the base. Which this is the base here. I'm just looking. These are all. You're going to cut all of them. What you're going to do is you're going to miter the corners, or at least I am. I'm going to miter the corners to where they're at a 45-degree angle. And this will sit on here like this, and then you'll have a cross member here and a cross member here. Filling this in, it's just perfect thickness so that the tiles will be smooth with the edge here. I think this is some sort of plaster. I know Ian is currently thinking something very snide about my bag of white powder that I'm showing on YouTube. But this is going to be part of what you use. You mix this with, I think, some sand and water, and then you put it over top of the tiles once they're glued down, because it's like a grout. And once this is on and the tiles are on, then you can do the weathering effects. And the last thing, we're going to pull out 2 things here. So if you look, this is really kind of cool. Oh, and that's very nice. It shows you actually, it's got pattern here for the angles. But this, I saw this and I was like, that is really kind of cool. What you can do is you can cut this out. It should be the right size. You cut this frame or this pattern out, and this is where you actually glue everything down. You glue this down to the board, and then you glue the tiles down right on top of it. Don't even take it out. It's there forever. And here are the instructions in Spanish. And it tells you to first do your base, build your base, glue this down, do the tiles, and then weather your tiles however you want to. Matter of fact, that's the Lisbon Tram. That's one I did. And on here you've got the Spanish instructions, on the back, you've got German, says UK, English, French, and Italian, and step 6 was where you put that powder in there. Rails have to be joined with each other, continuous line, decorate them steel color. Mix the cement, glue with water to fill the gaps, quickly wipe away. So it is some sort of cement. And that, my friends, is all the pieces for the base. Again, I wish they had folded it flat completely, you know, put a seam in it, because it's wrinkled. But I'm very excited to do this. The base, I will probably do one video on showing how I build the base, and then maybe another video on how I detail it, because the video I watched, it was really awesome. He did different colors. He did a base color on the entire base, then he did the different colored tiles, you know, stones, and did all kinds of work on it. It looked really fantastic. So I'm going to pause here, come back with the parts for the tram, and we will be done with this video then. Okay, so I've taken the top off the box. The box, let me show you. The boxes used to always have this part that would wrap around the back or around the bottom. They do that because, you know, it identifies it, you know, because they use the same box over and over. They save a lot. I'm sure they save a lot of money by just having a standard size box. They have changed it recently to where this no longer is like that. It's now shrink wrapped in plastic. The label now comes across the side here. A little bit better, a little bit more user friendly. But I love this box. They've used the same box since I've been building OcCre kits. You've always got this part here, and that's what the window in the front is for. The newer kits have their paint line in here. This, like I said, this is an older kit. I purchased this one a long time ago. But all your metal parts are in here. And the great thing is, as a matter of fact, you can see some screws there. The great thing is that OcCre, when you have a broken part, you email them, or you go to their website, and they will replace the part free of charge. Lifetime guarantee. Not going to worry about the box. Let's see, there's the mesh inside there. Not going to worry about the box that's broken. I have a lot of these boxes. I use them a lot. If anything is missing or broken, I will just go on their website and get the part replaced. Interestingly, parts have shifted enough that the box is actually a little bit warped. But like I said, love the way they box their kits. This is just a piece of paper here, and there's two ways you can do this. You can open it this way, or you can cut the tape and open it all the way up. I always open the end here. Not impressed with the way they used to do the brass. The brass comes in a roll like this. They've started on some of the more recent kits. I've seen that they give you brass rods of a certain length. The problem with something like this is you've got to straighten this wire out to make it look right. I actually have the pliers now, a set of pliers for doing just the brass, because it's a little bit difficult. Plus, my wife does stained glass. She has what is known as a cam stretcher. And what it is you put your cam on there and you pull this arm down and it stretches it and it straightens it out. So if I stretch the brass just a little bit, it'll straighten it out. So let's go ahead and move the box off of here as we take out the parts. And you can see the parts come really well. I didn't know there was a second one. There's two different sizes of brass in here. I have never taken these parts out. And like I said, this is an older kit. Oh, that's not good. I may be missing some parts because of the bow in the plastic. If I am, not a big deal. I'll get on their website and tell them I'm missing these parts. They will replace them free of charge. They'll mail them to me. Matter of fact, I got the parts for the Kalea. If anybody is watching that build, it will be back soon. Just with the current things that were going on in my life because of the end of the fiscal year, it was very stressful, and I just had no time to do really any modeling. I dropped off even the HTM live streams for a little bit, but that's what's causing that bow right there. That you can see that nail right there. Brass nails shouldn't be a big deal. It's the metal pieces. If any of them are broken or missing, I'll just get on their website. So here's your acrylic sheet for the windows. Like I said, it fits really well. Based on the instructions, all the windows will fit here. You've got all of your your wood strip. You got some thinner pieces. You got some thicker pieces. All of them are identified. I have a set of calipers to be able to identify that I've got the right piece. Plus, I've got a ton of spare wood. When you're a wood modeler, you end up picking up more and more wooden pieces. So here's a piece of, I want to say this is walnut. You've got two of them. They're identical. So this would be the ends of the tram plus the windows. I think these are seat parts. You got two like that, and that's part of the pivot mechanism from the bottom of the tram. This is part of the undercarriage, part of the wheels, part of the side of the cabin. There are actually two of these identical. Then you got the base here. Not sure where that's at. But these are the front. These three pieces make up the front and back. These are the middle pieces. And you've got, I didn't mention it, you've got the holes, pre-drilled holes like those right there. You put nails through them, the brass nails through them, and then cut the nail off on the other side. But all of these are well made, laser cut, and you can see there are no numbers on the sheet. I just realized I have one of the lights on. I just saw that I've got the banding on the bench. I apologize for that, or on the video. But you can see there, this is why you number your parts, because you got your numbers on here, you got your numbers in the book, but the parts themselves don't have numbers on them. So that, one more thing. This is what wanted to show you what came in the paint pack. And I looked at it, it was actually $68 on Amazon, including taxes and shipping. That's not bad. $5 in taxes, no free shipping because it was Amazon Prime. I want to say the company actually put a little thing in here. Earthmark Creative, brand new company in the States. First time I've shopped with them using Amazon. Great place to buy the OcCre supplies because they're cheaper than OcCre. They're probably the cheapest around. So you've got your oak dye, satin varnish. Satin varnish comes in every paint pack. I've got multiples, and that's actually a small satin varnish. This is 50 milliliters. The boats that I've gotten paint with came with 100 milliliters. These are 20 milliliter bottles. The problem is most of your paint racks, it'll fit if you push it. They're very close to not fitting. So I'm looking at probably buying some new paint racks because I have a stack of OcCre paint anyway. So what we've got is a primer, white, black, gray 1. So I'm thinking there's more than one gray. Let's see, OcCre, orange, red, light blue, so there's going to be more than one blue, gold, not sure if it's a metal flake gold or not, silver, and then dark red. Looks like brown, they call it dark red. Some of these parts I will probably paint with other paints just because to get them to look like steel. Not sure what I'm going to do, how extensive I'm going to dig into things like that. You can see there the little light fixtures. But I'm really excited to get going on this build. It was one of these things, like I said, earlier, I watched a video, somebody else's video, and I was like, I have that kit. I need to build that kit. I love that kit. I mean, I love this kit. And I am going to find a way to put lights in the light in the front will be lit. The 3 lights in the ceiling, I think it's only 3, will be lit. And then I will probably put some sort of a light in the driver's area on both sides. Speaking of which, I don't know if you noticed it in the instructions I did, the driver's area is right here and right here between the benches that are on the front there. So I hope you'll join me as I build this. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, how much I'm going to build off camera, how much I'm going to build on camera. Probably not going to do a lot of it on the HTM streams just because, you know, I want to be able to do videos on this. And this one, something like this is what I should have actually started doing my live streams with. Might bring this into the live streams instead of the Calea, because the Calea does not, planking, outside of planking, it is great for live streams, but planking takes a long time and is very boring if you're not doing it. So like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new videos. I appreciate you coming by. Please stop by my other videos, see what's up on the bench. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video.
Model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Workman's model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden